Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun and also the smallest of all the major planets, barely larger than Earth's moon. Because it has almost no atmosphere, it cannot hold on to heat, which makes it a world of incredible extremes. By day, its surface is scorched to over 400 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt metal, while at night, the temperature drops to nearly minus 170 degrees, colder than Antarctica. This constant cycle of boiling and freezing gives Mercury one of the harshest environments in the solar system, even though it lies so close to the Sun's life-giving warmth. Its rocky surface is scarred with craters, cliffs, and ridges that reveal its violent past. These features were carved by colossal asteroid impacts and the planet's own shrinking crust, which cracked and buckled as Mercury cooled over billions of years. Unlike Earth, it has no weather, no wind, and no rain to erase these scars. What we see on Mercury today is almost a frozen snapshot of the early solar system, as if time itself has barely touched the planet since its birth. To study Mercury is to study the raw, untouched history of planetary formation. Despite its small size, Mercury is one of the densest planets, with a huge metallic core that makes up most of its mass. Scientists believe it may once have been a larger planet, stripped of its outer layers by violent impacts in the early solar system, leaving behind a dense, iron-rich world. With no real atmosphere, no moons, and no chance of life, Mercury may seem desolate, but it is also a key to understanding how planets are built and destroyed. It is a reminder that even the smallest worlds can hold the greatest secrets of our cosmic past. Venus, often called Earth's twin, is almost the same size as our planet and made of the same rocky materials. Yet it is one of the most hostile places imaginable. Its thick, choking atmosphere is made almost entirely of carbon dioxide, with clouds of sulfuric acid swirling high above its surface. The greenhouse effect here is extreme. Heat is trapped so efficiently that Venus is hotter than Mercury, with surface temperatures reaching more than 460 degrees Celsius. If you were to stand there, the ground beneath your feet would be hotter than the inside of an oven, and you would be crushed instantly by an atmosphere 90 times denser than Earth's. The landscape below those clouds is equally unforgiving. Vast volcanic plains stretch for thousands of kilometers, broken up by towering mountains and enormous lava flows. Evidence suggests that Venus has been reshaped by massive volcanic eruptions, perhaps even in the recent past. Unlike Earth, which recycles its crust through plate tectonics, Venus appears to have released its internal heat in catastrophic bursts, leaving behind a scorched and fractured surface. Probes that have landed on Venus have survived only minutes before being destroyed by the overwhelming heat and pressure, making direct exploration incredibly difficult. And yet, from a distance, Venus shines like a jewel in the sky. It is the brightest planet visible from Earth, known to ancient civilizations as both the morning star and the evening star. Some scientists even believe that billions of years ago, Venus may have been far more Earth-like, with shallow oceans and a gentler climate, before its atmosphere spiraled into catastrophe. Today, it stands as both a breathtaking celestial body and a warning of the dangers of climate gone unchecked. Venus may be deadly, but its story continues to teach us about the fragile balance that allows life to exist. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and the only known world where life exists. What makes Earth so remarkable is the delicate balance of conditions that sustain its vast diversity of plants, animals, and ecosystems. Our planet has a breathable atmosphere rich in oxygen, a protective magnetic field that shields us from deadly solar radiation, and abundant liquid water, which is essential for life. Together, these ingredients create a living world unlike any other we have discovered so far in the universe. Earth is not just a planet, it is a dynamic system where life and environment are deeply intertwined. The surface of Earth is constantly changing. Vast oceans cover more than 70% of the planet, while continents drift slowly across its crust due to plate tectonics. These moving plates create mountains, trigger earthquakes, and fuel volcanoes, shaping the land over millions of years. Weather and climate, driven by sunlight and water cycles, create deserts, forests, ice caps, and fertile valleys. No other planet in our solar system has such a constantly renewing landscape. This constant change is part of what makes Earth habitable, recycling nutrients and supporting life across every corner of the globe. But Earth's uniqueness also carries responsibility. It is a fragile home, vulnerable to natural disasters, climate shifts, and human impact. While it seems vast, Earth's ecosystems are delicately balanced, and even small changes can ripple across the entire planet. Looking at Earth from space, astronauts often describe it as a blue marble, a beautiful yet fragile oasis surrounded by endless darkness. Among all the planets we will explore, Earth is the one we know best, and yet it continues to surprise us with its complexity and wonder. Mars, the fourth planet from the Sun, has fascinated humanity for centuries, earning it the nickname the Red Planet. Its surface is coated with iron-rich dust, giving it its rusty color, and its landscapes resemble a barren desert world. Mars is home to some of the most spectacular features in the solar system, including Olympus Mons, the largest volcano known, standing nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest, and Valles Marineris, a canyon system so vast it dwarfs the Grand Canyon. These features reveal a planet that was once geologically active and shaped by forces similar to Earth's. Evidence suggests that Mars was once much more Earth-like. Billions of years ago, rivers carved valleys, lakes filled craters, and perhaps even an ocean stretched across its northern plains. Today, much of its water is frozen at the poles or locked beneath its surface, but occasional signs suggest liquid water may still exist underground. This raises one of the most exciting questions in science. Could Mars have once supported life? If microbes ever thrived there, traces may still be hidden in its rocks, waiting to be discovered. Modern exploration of Mars has brought us closer to answering these mysteries. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance crawl across its surface, drilling into rocks and analyzing soil for signs of ancient life, while orbiters study its climate and terrain from above. And beyond scientific curiosity, Mars also represents a possible future for humanity. Many believe it could be the first planet where humans establish a permanent presence beyond Earth. For now, though, Mars remains a cold, dry, and silent world, a neighbor that mirrors our own planet's past and teases us with possibilities of what might still lie beneath its surface. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, a true giant that dwarfs all the others combined. It is so massive that more than 1,300 Earths could fit inside it, and yet it is made mostly of hydrogen and helium gas, with no solid surface like our own planet. Its thick atmosphere is painted with colorful cloud bands and swirling storms, the most famous being the Great Red Spot, a raging hurricane-like storm that has been active for centuries and is larger than the entire Earth. Jupiter's constant activity makes it one of the most dynamic and visually stunning worlds in the solar system. But Jupiter is not just a gas giant, it is also a planetary system in its own right. It has more than 90 moons, each with unique characteristics, ranging from volcanic Io to icy Europa to massive Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system. Europa, with its icy crust covering a vast underground ocean, is considered one of the best places to search for extraterrestrial life. The diversity of these moons makes Jupiter not only a planet but also a miniature solar system, offering endless mysteries for scientists to study. Jupiter also plays a crucial role in protecting Earth and the other inner planets. Its immense gravity acts like a cosmic shield, pulling in or deflecting asteroids and comets that might otherwise collide with our world. Without Jupiter's presence, Earth might face far more devastating impacts. It is both a guardian and a giant, a planet whose sheer size and influence shape the destiny of the solar system. Jupiter is a reminder of the raw power of gravity and the enormous scale of worlds that exist beyond our own. Saturn, the second largest planet, is famous for its breathtaking rings, which make it one of the most recognizable objects in the sky. These rings, stretching hundreds of thousands of kilometers into space, are made mostly of ice and rock, shining brightly when sunlight strikes them. While the rings appear solid from a distance, they are actually made of countless particles, ranging in size from tiny grains of dust to house-sized boulders, all orbiting Saturn in perfect harmony. This spectacular sight has fascinated astronomers for centuries and remains one of the greatest wonders of the solar system. Beyond its rings, Saturn itself is a gas giant similar to Jupiter, composed mostly of hydrogen and helium. Its atmosphere features subtle cloud bands and storms, though they are less vibrant than Jupiter's. Like its larger neighbor, Saturn is a planet of extremes, with winds that can reach speeds of over 1,800 kilometers per hour. But what makes Saturn especially remarkable is its low density. If there were a cosmic ocean large enough, Saturn would float on water, making it the least dense of all the planets. Saturn's moons are equally fascinating, with more than 140 discovered so far. The most intriguing is Titan, larger than the planet Mercury, with a thick atmosphere and lakes of liquid methane and ethane. Titan is considered one of the most Earth-like bodies in the solar system, though its surface is unimaginably cold. Another moon, Enceladus, shoots geysers of water into space from an underground ocean, hinting at the possibility of microbial life beneath its icy crust. Together, Saturn and its moons form a majestic system, one that captures the imagination and reminds us of how diverse and extraordinary the planets can be. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun and one of the most unusual worlds in our solar system. It is often called an ice giant, made mostly of icy materials like water, ammonia, and methane, surrounding a small rocky core. Its pale blue-green color comes from methane gas in its atmosphere, which absorbs red light and reflects blue. But what truly sets Uranus apart is the way it spins. Unlike every other planet, Uranus is tilted on its side, rolling around the sun like a ball. Scientists believe this extreme tilt was caused by a massive collision with another object billions of years ago, forever altering its orientation. The sideways spin gives Uranus some of the strangest seasons imaginable. Each pole experiences 42 years of continuous daylight, followed by 42 years of darkness, creating climate patterns unlike anything on Earth. Its atmosphere is calm compared to Jupiter or Saturn, though storms and faint cloud bands still sweep across its upper layers. Despite being huge, 4 times wider than Earth, Uranus is often overlooked, in part because it is so distant and faint, barely visible without a telescope. Yet it remains one of the most mysterious giants in our cosmic neighborhood. Uranus is also home to a fascinating system of moons and faint rings. It has at least 27 known moons, many of them named after characters from the works of Shakespeare. These icy satellites, with their strange, varied surfaces, may hold clues about the planet's history and composition. The rings, though far less prominent than Saturn's, form delicate dark bands encircling the tilted planet. With only a single close flyby by Voyager 2 in 1986, Uranus is still largely unexplored, leaving countless questions about its interior, atmosphere, and moons waiting to be answered. Neptune, the 8th and farthest planet from the Sun, is a deep blue ice giant that marks the edge of the solar system's planetary family. Slightly smaller than Uranus, but denser, Neptune is made of hydrogen, helium, water, and methane, with its vivid blue color caused by the same methane that gives Uranus its tint. Yet Neptune's atmosphere is far more active. It is a stormy world with winds reaching speeds of over 2,000 kilometers per hour, the fastest in the solar system. These violent winds drive massive storms, including the Great Dark Spot, a colossal vortex similar to Jupiter's Great Red Spot that comes and goes with time. Because Neptune is so far from the Sun, it receives little warmth and its surface temperatures plunge to nearly minus 220 degrees Celsius. Despite this, it is an incredibly dynamic planet with internal heat escaping from its core, driving much of its stormy atmosphere. This mystery, why Neptune is so much more active than Uranus despite being farther away from the Sun, continues to puzzle scientists. Its extreme distance also makes it difficult to study, with only Voyager 2 having flown past it in 1989, giving us our only close-up images of this distant giant. Neptune has a captivating system of moons and rings, adding to its mystique. Its largest moon, Triton, is particularly fascinating because it orbits in the opposite direction of Neptune's rotation, suggesting it may have once been a captured object from the Kuiper Belt. Triton has geysers that spew nitrogen gas into space, hinting at an active interior beneath its icy surface. Neptune's faint rings, made of dust and small particles, complete its striking appearance. At the edge of the solar system, Neptune stands as a symbol of the unknown, a distant world that challenges us to keep exploring beyond our familiar horizons. From scorching Mercury to icy Neptune, The planets remind us of the wonders of the universe. Tell us in the comments which planet fascinates you the most. To explore more stories like these, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.